Hello and welcome everyone as I blast out all your ears. Jeez. There we go. That should be better. Welcome everyone to the finale of Xenogears. We are essentially almost done with the game. All we have left is the final dungeon and a decision to make. The only other, outside of battling in Kislev, which really isn't worth it, we could go to Doomman Isle and get 3 items. The Kingly Armor, which I have no idea how good it is. The Yamato Sword, which isn't as good as what Faye has now, or Sheetan has now. Or the Godfather, which is a weapon for Billy. However, unless you guys decide to make some changes on me right now, I think this is our final team. So yeah, how's the game sound? How do I sound? How's all that look? Hopefully all seeming good as we prepare for everything. Yes, Deltarune would start next week. Sounding all good. Excellent, excellent. Nah, we'll just keep it as is. Egg roll. It's all good. I just noticed this isn't even, so I'm gonna even that out a bit. That bugs me. Oh gosh. Ready to see the new Mario movie with about a dozen plus times with Kai? Oh boy. Hopefully this one is better. Smashman with 100 bits saying tonight's Nintendo Music Update is Kirby's Dream Buffet. Composers include Yuta Ogasawara, Jun Ishikawa, Shogo Sakai, Hirokazu Ando, Megumi Ohara, and Yuki Shimuka, excuse me. Basically HAL Laboratory's finest, as you see me. Did you ever play the game? It was definitely cute, but didn't spend much time with it myself. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I played of it. Yep. We got the new Mario movie direct, where we're going to be getting our first trailer, and likely some casting news, if I had to guess. So, yeah. Trying to think, what else? Yes, we also have the State of Play Japan tomorrow, which who knows what will be introduced there. That should be interesting. Seems like you guys don't need to, you're not worried too much about the Doomman Isle. So good there. So I think we might be all set for the final dungeon, which I'm going to have my guide here because this final dungeon is, if you thought the sewers were bad, let's put it this way. I don't trust enough that if I did the final dungeon without a guide, this wouldn't take 2 parts. So. Oh, GCO of Chaos. Have you not seen that ad that leaked showing off a better image of Yoshi? 2 things were confirmed thanks to that ad. Okay. 2 characters are confirmed to be in that movie thanks to that ad. One of which is Rosalina. I will not say the other. Oh yeah, this thing is gonna be rough. Third Mario movie could be Odyssey, who knows? I mean, Rosalina might as well all be confirmed, but yeah. Alright, as promised during the subathon though, we got some lore to read as we're going through this dungeon. I don't think there's much else to really do unless we really want to go to Doomman Isle. But I don't really think that's necessary. So we're going to just head right to the spot right here. It is time to take on the final dungeon. Feels weird to just head right into this, but who knows how much story there is with this one. All right, we got this. In we go. I'm hopeful for the Mario Galaxy movie. I really hope so. The mapping of the inside of Deus is now complete. Okay, let's go, everyone. There's our map. What a good map. Oy. All right. Let's see. Go this way. Don't know how strong you are, and honestly, not bad. Okay. I see my house on the map. My biggest hope for the new movie is that the pacing is just improved. That is my big hope there. They broke out the lasers for this one. Okay. It's a ghost! Oh crap. Win. It's way too early for Halo. Okay. So it's wind-based. That's why I got that. So wind, we need earth. Let's try that again, shall we? That's better. Yoshi will make a 10 out of 10 movie, right? I mean, Yoshi will be cute. The design of Yoshi looks adorable. Anything I want to see in the state of play tomorrow? I don't really have any expectations. It's Japan focused. I don't know what that means. That's very odd. So let's go here. Oh. I mean, I love Dino Yoshi as a kid. I thought Dino Yoshi was cool as in the live action movie, but I was also Yoshi Mark as a kid. Really? At least it's always the first attack. That did it. Water. Hot damn! That was a massive amount of damage. I don't know. It being Japan focused, I don't know what that means. You know. Then Alpha, you picked out a bunch of picked up a bunch of Jackbox games. Party Packs 1 through 5, Drawful 2, Party Starter, and Naughty Pack. Very cool. I didn't even know there was such a thing as Party Starter and Naughty Pack, to be honest. We got some angel armor. What's that about? Not as good. Angel damage down 30%. Maybe. All right. Okay. This way. That's sort of where I'm at, little dingo. I want substance. Even the first time watching it felt like it was just a rush through that opening. Man, what is happening with Sheeton? He has not been putting out the damage. Yeah, there was no breathing. Like, there was never a moment when the character was like, the closest you maybe got to that was them hanging out in the Fireflower field. But that's about it. Alright. Let's go ahead and use... Honestly, might as well just use this. How often am I really going to use it? A Xenogear or Blade anime would be interesting. There was a Xenosaga anime. Alright. So, I'm going to take this opportunity to do our first bit of lore. So, we have the perfect works of Xenogears. Basically, its art book. And the big reveal that has not happened yet in the game is the fact that, but I have mentioned before, is when this game ends, the last thing you see is episode 5. Apparently this is episode 5 of a series, which is insane. So let's go over the perfect works and say what episode 1 would have been. So the created world of the game Xenogears is a single part within an infinite flow of history. The timescale involved is more or less 15,000 years. The story is told through 6 large episodes, and this book will closely examine episode 5 in order to guess at its ending. Due to the large amount of information about this world, it is possible to determine the cause and effect that take place from past to the present. In order to bring the whole matter to light, we shall consider episode 5. Having heard the voice of the producer, the facts that were not revealed in the story will now be known, and the world's entirety will be understood. At the time, Xenogears touched their hearts, and its truth is reflected as light from a mirror. Episode 1, 15,000 years ago. Era of interplanetary war. 15,000 years before the story, humankind set out from Earth and discovered a hospitable planet in the Archer constellation M24. It became known hereafter as Neo Jerusalem, and once again, humans headed for the abyss of space. As a result, humanity enlarged the circle of living things to encompass almost the entire galaxy approximately 10,000 years ago. At the same time, the interplanetary war which had broken out intensified. The universe became the stage for the devastation caused by the winds of war. The Deus system, which appears in the story, was developed in this era, but besides this phenomenon, this episode remains shrouded in mystery. So to me, this episode reads like, let's do Xenoblade X. For the record, Xenosaga is legally distinct. Episode 1. That makes sense. That makes sense. Tactics Ogre is the 7th. Black Queen is 5th. Oh, geez. Why do they keep doing that? Alright. So. There is what episode 1 would have been. We'll continue on for now so we can keep things going. But yeah, 15,000 years ago. Let's see where we... Okay, so out of all those options, looks like that top right corner is where we wanted to really focus on. Honestly, not too bad in the grand scheme of things. Yes, we are reading the perfect works, as that's a stream bonus as we go through the dungeon. Exactly. You definitely be playing as original characters that were on the spaceship. I think it's just kind of random who gets to do actual damage. Oh, weird. I just realized. It's kind of random what we do. Yeah, I'm trying not to let the reading overtake everything as we go through. And I am following a guide on how to get through all this. Freaky. Well, Geronimo! Oh, jeez. Actually, the way it was turning... Oh, God. Eat your heart out, Sonic. Feels like we're going through a warp. It is conveying just how big this place is, that's for sure. Good God. Okay. Made it. All right. Here is where it's hell. All right. Take 3 other guys. Right off the bat, we got to head down. Then head south. Take the next platform up. Oh my god. Good god. Amazing. Southeast to the next pod. And jump on top to find a huge switch. What might this be? Are you going to check it? Take it back to the lower path. Wait. Was a full... Wait, new Xenogears artwork got released today? Really? Really? Fortunately, they are kind enough not to have any random battles in here. Ah, they found some new CDs. I see. Interesting. Now we gotta backtrack. Oh my. Let me take a look at that armor, the new artwork real quick. Oh, wow. That's cool. That's really cool. I believe down here. Basically going to the place where we threw the switch before, which I think should be this place. Yes, okay. Head northwest. Junction and then southwest. And then southeast. Oh my god. Okay, I hope I don't keep you up. And that's fine for Ava. I got nothing really happening then. Is she staying for dinner? Okay. Alright, now that we've reached the tunnels, I'd say it's time to read about our next episode. So, episode 2 would have been 10,000 years ago, time of the Genesis. Sentient life forms began to increase at this time in the world of Fae and the others. Cain became the humans' progenitor and was revered as the divine emperor. Abel, a survivor of Eldridge's fall to Earth, opposed the religion of Cain. Both he and Elly began to grope for a new way of life. This is the background for episode 2 as the story advances. At that time, it was thought that Cain's own mission was to bring about the resurrection of Deus, and that he did not seek humanity's freedom, the main point of the story. So basically, would have been playing as Abel and Elly in this case, and figuring out what the heck's going on with Cain's plans, which again we have seen before, in terms of that. Episode 3 would have been the Zebrawim culture. The stage for episode 3 is close to that of the real world. It was the time of advanced scientific culture. The level of human intelligence had attained its peak, but due to genetic damage, those unable to reproduce began to increase. Using nanotechnology, Kim, Abel's reincarnated form, worked towards finding a way to overcome this, but Miang's plot resulted in his complete failure. Emeraldo was born in this era, and nanotechnology was revived by one of the 3 sages of Shavat, Torah. So, again, stuff we've seen before. Got to see all the Zebrawim stuff. Good night, Gregster. Take care. I don't know how that translates to Xenosaga exactly, because those two... Episode 2 feels like it's really hard to translate into something, and episode 3 feels, I guess, the closest to the background to the original Xenoblade. That one feels really tough to turn into a full game. Like, more, episode 2 would be fine. Episode 3, that's kind of, I don't know, I kind of envision it more of like a Live Alive type thing. Episodes 2 and 3 were meant to be their own games for Xenosaga. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's go down. Take the first path, the east. At the T intersection, go south. Okay. Episode 3 has some Xenosaga elements to it, but Saga is more episode 1. Okay. Maybe a Xenoblade DLC long game, like not a full game but extra? That could be. Wow, Faye can't just damage this thing at all. Die, please! There we go. Just gotta grab a hold of it. I mean, Live Alive in terms of its storytelling, like how quickly it, like how it sort of messes with the idea of what an RPG is. At the T extra, go south and take the southeast path at the junction. I mean, you have a map, but it doesn't exactly give you an exact idea of where you need to go. It's like, what am I aiming for? I missed what you are. Oh shoot, didn't mean to use that. Wait a second. I wonder if it fluctuates between... Okay, I think I'm getting an idea for this. Alright. No, we've made it. I do forget the Sarah's weaknesses. Earth. Problem is I don't see the notification of what exactly it is. But that'll also do. Completely censored what the heck happens. Not fair. We just got Angel Armor +1. Is that any better than what we have? There we go. That's worth it. Okay, this is basically leading me to a heal point. Okay. Which is good for Faye. We'll do that. Oh, I'm glad you've enjoyed it, Loyal Dingo. I've been wanting to show off Xenogears to you guys for a while because I know so many of you are Xenoblade fans. And Xenogears has its own charms. Obviously, has its, you know, issues. But still fun. You can see the ambition. This is a good opportunity to read more. So let's find out about episodes 4 and 5. Episode 4, The Solaris War. Approximately 500 years before Faye and the others were born, the continent of Ignis was the stage for episode 4. At about the time Cain and the Ministry judged humanity to be the last stage of evolution, and Solaris was founded. At about the time the Cain that can't talk. At about the time that Cain and the Ministry judged humanity to be at the last stage of evolution, and Solaris was founded. This was done to establish direct control of the surface, but the humans of this era had evolved the ability to use ether, and the surface war against Solaris reached an extreme. Before long, this great war of 500 years ago came to an end in what came to be known as the Day of Collapse. So, the stuff that we kind of got hints of basically would have ended poorly for everybody involved. Episode 5, The Present, Xenogears. The resurrection of Deus having been held back until the year 9999, the story's hero, Faye, lives in the frontier village of Lahan. Little is known of Faye's origins or why he lived in the village, but 3 years ago, he was carried to the house of the Lahan village chief Lee by a masked man. At the time, Faye's mind and body had both been greatly damaged, and until now he had lost nearly his entire memory. Then came the event of the attack on Lahan. The event becomes the trigger which will set Faye on the path of fate. Now that sounds like a setup for an actual RPG plot. Right? That sounds way more like what you'd expect from a typical RPG. And yes, this game is episode 5. Got ourselves healed. Yeah. Flesh out because it's only in the list with a full plot line. I'm sure they could develop it. Make something of it, but... I don't know what it just did, but I got healed. Alright, cool. Since I haven't mentioned it yet, I'm sure you can see why 902 is my favorite One Piece chapter now. Oh, yeah. Because you're a Sanji fan, aren't you, Lass? Alright. Southwest. Take the first pass south. Jeez. It's an extremely sweet moment. That's the funny thing. We remarked that this episode of the podcast was our longest to date. Yeah, next episode is longer. All right. Let's take a look at this, what we're dealing with. We're back out here. Sheesh. In the main room, continue south and ride the elevator up at the first platform. Like, yeah, I'm sure you can figure this out as time goes on eventually and get a sense of what the heck you needed to do, but oh my god. It's such... Oh, it's been ages since we've had any episode less than 60 minutes. Fa. East. Backtrack to the west. There we go. Backtrack to the west, take the elevator platform down. Okay. Let's see. I know what chapter you're on, and while I enjoyed that moment in the manga, I honestly think the anime does a better job with it. Honestly, it left me in tears. Oh, man. And I enjoyed it in the manga. Go southwest and go up. It's just so well done. Cross bridge south and then... Okay, there's a switch on this platform. Okay, that switch, we don't need to do that. We're good. We've already healed up and we didn't really don't desperately need anything. So go down a level and head west. It is really funny just how gradually we just kept building up more and more. Northwest at the split. Okay. How powerful that just looks. The funny thing is, it recommends has our suggested level in the guide at 75, but I think we'll be fine. Let's see. Turn north at the T. Oh, that wasn't enough. Oh, damn. I was gonna say, okay, die. Just checked after the time skip, only 2 episodes are below 60 minutes. A Fishman Island episode and a Film Z discussion. Yep. That sounds about right. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity to read some more of the Perfect Works. So, episode 6. While the time directly after episode 5 is pivotal, at this point in time it remains a completely undeveloped episode. It is only known to be the terminal point of Xenogears' world, and from now on, the revealing of information is held back. So they don't tell you jack about episode 6. According we got Takahashi's comments, the world of Xenogears is divided into 3 large parts containing the episodes. The first part takes place about 5,000 years after our time, with the vast universe as its stage. The second part is the game, the story of Faye and the other's world, and the third part tells of what comes after. Within that, the 4 episodes must once again be looked at in detail in order to understand. From the beginning, the second part's secrets were contained in the various episodes. For example, in simulation games as well as novelizations, virtually every medium was thought of in order to express it. And the result is that the result of that is seen in the game. The meaning of the game Xenogears must be understood from the whole, as episodes 4 and 5 are but parts of the whole, while the stories of episodes 2 and 3 must be pieced together from fragments. Now, the still unveiled episodes 1 and 6 weigh on the mind, and it was thought that certainly, by all means, it should appear in print. The transition from fragmentary stories to finished products shall come about gradually. One way to make this come about would be to ask Zohar, please, and see what happens. So, yeah, there's our setup where we have all that. And it kind of goes into all that. And after this point, they go into much more detail about the perfect works. Like, good God. There's a lot. Episodes 1 and 6 were meant to be novelizations. Honestly, with the conclusion of Xenoblade 3, it kind of makes me wonder if that's and how much it had to do with this game. It makes me wonder if they do another Xenoblade game, that this is the opportunity for them to finally tell what comes after for that world. I don't know. Let's see. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's continue on for now. So place it down a level. I would say something, but spoiler redacted. Maybe it does have more to do with Xenosaga. I don't know. That's what's going to be very interesting about all this. Originally, let's see. It was originally going to be a sequel, but then it was decided on being a prequel until the plug was pulled. Yeesh. Alright, cross the bridge to the east and you're here. Okay. Alright, we made it. Our goal was this thing the entire time. Good God. Let's jump into the gate. Ready to dodge some lasers. Karagosa, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I will, oh God. I will read that as soon as I finish dodging lasers. But thank you so much. Oh no! Finally got hit. Oh, it was the very last one. What a bummer. Deus is huge. Well, this looks familiar. Let's head over here and we can get healed up. Let's see. Gear items. Pretty sure there's nothing we can buy that we really need here. Not after we found Big Joe's shop. Okay, so just reading a little bit here. Okay. Yep, we're done with the dungeon. So Kara Ghost, thank you very much for 100 bits saying, hey Derek, great news. I found the last colorful screw. While I did print out a blank map of Lumios, I found all the screws without a guide as to where they were. Also, I might do most of ZA post-game after the DLC because I don't want to be over-leveled for certain character fights in it. Fair, but also, like, man, there's going to be some funny, crazy things. I remember being completely overwhelmed by that. Now, the fun thing I did not realize as a kid was the fact that that the sort of random battles didn't happen as often as it seemed in those cases. So, I'm going to do something extra here to kind of demonstrate what we're working with. So let me bring something up. Oh, I don't think I can. The way it reacts to the mouse, that's not going to work. Okay, so who's ready for some reading before we get here? We start with we get into a more exact reading of what of 15,000 years ago. Before humankind set out for the universe, an object was discovered. They've accidentally found the origin of the species. The third millennium time period, the beginning. 2001 AD, humankind excavates an unknown object. Long ago, there was an era that came to be called historically the last coming of the Messiah. With the words left behind by notorious prophets and to end their groundless fears, humankind faced the next 1,000 years as the third millennium began. It was the year 2001 AD. Because an eye-shaped object was discovered in a stratum dating to about 3.9 billion years ago, it was known as a distinctly artificial created form. One discovery shook the whole world. Finally, due to the efforts of a research consortium, a partial hypothesis in the case of the object was announced and released to the world. Buried beneath the accumulation of geological strata dating back to the era of life's origins, this very object is the basis of all life forms, the artificial panspermia, pan-universe seed child. However, in the beginning, the hypotheses took on a greatly romantic meaning, the object's interpretation a jumble of conflicting theories, all springing from disordered conjecture. The center of the reasoning world was devastated. However, while their theory was vague, a theory based on reliable grounds did not exist. With many theories all vying with one another, what is the object? It is a question of long ago. Was it an artificial construct, or a mere byproduct of chance? a riddle which was never made entirely clear. The extent of the aimless confusion only grew deeper, and theories, often without proof, again only produced haphazard results. But those theories resulted in a measurement that brought about a coming to an end of things. According to that era's measurements, it became clear that the object had existed a distant 15 billion years ago in immense antiquity, separated from the universe at the time of the world's creation. With the announcement of these measurements, they wandered in bewilderment and became engrossed in the deep riddle. While the object might not be an artificial creation, it was already the province of God. As a result, because of its fairly strong surrounding magnetic field, it became known for convenience sake as MAM, magnetic abnormal matter, and the international scale analysis with its applied research project and all attendant questions were for all purposes frozen. One part ended up in automatic researchers' hands, but only a close analytical operation continued, and so, among the researchers, it came to be known as by another name, the name of Zohar. And then we have a little bit of study here, so saying life with, we have something going here with panspermia, Cosmologist Fred Hoyle advanced the theory of panspermia, explaining that the origin of the universe is in space. Since then, it has been proven that there are a great number of comets containing organic matter, and one theory proposed that life actually came from space. Study: life was born from the Zohar? Approximately 4.5 billion years ago, the planet Earth was born in the vastness of space. The Earth was at a fairly high temperature at this time, with carbon dioxide and vapor making up much of the atmosphere. After this, the Earth's temperature slowly began to cool down. The atmosphere and the vapor became a downpour, becoming the sea of life's origins. And so, approximately 500 million years later, about 4 billion years before the present, Earth's beginning life is born. However, opinion held in that case of the theory that life originated from Earth nearly 500 million years after its birth was much too soon, and couldn't some form of drive have accelerated the birth of life. This sort of thinking in meteorite theory led to the birth of the panspermia hypothesis, which might not be totally unfounded. Now, the basis of these theories was that the stratum in which Zohar had been discovered, believed to date from the time of the Earth's formation, and it became clear that the time when Zohar existed in the Earth was nearly coincident. That Zohar might have directly made life is a radical way of thought, and is more accurate to conjecture at this point in time to have accelerated it. Only because so little about Zohar is referred to in the story, nothing clearly established has been said. However, it remains the core of the worldview of Xenogears, as should be expected from the above stated comments. Then we have a little bit of timeline here, because at 2510, that was discovered in 2001. Skip ahead to 2510 AD. The world-scale project for emigration to space is set in motion. The Directorate is established with an aim of completing the Emigrant project 15 years later. From that point on, the era name is reformed to TC, Transcend Christ. After this, 1 year equals 365 days, providing the basis for the standard stellar year. So 16 TC, saying 16 years after the Directorate's founding, the earnest wish of the people to spread out to the stars, which they held for as long as 500 years, at last was fulfilled, and the Earth became their mother. As they were freed from gravity's rule, a fleet of emigrant ships was organized and set out for the abyss of space. After that, the Earth became an inviolable region, a forbidden place, and was called Lost Jerusalem. The reason for this is unknown, for it is thought that the planet's surroundings did not greatly change. 294 TC. Approximately 250 years elapsed as the emigrant fleet wandered, at last reaching at the M24 Archer constellation, where they deployed ships in order to discover possible planets to reside in. Landfall, the new planet becomes the Promised Land and is named Neo-Jerusalem, and it was there that they begun to dwell. 295 TC. The Star Cluster Federation is inaugurated. Neo-Jerusalem becomes the Federation's first prime star. The emigrant governing organization, the Directorate, is unified, then reorganized. The first president is elected. After, Neo Jerusalem is chosen as the chief cardinal point as, once again, humankind heads out into the abyss of space. And then there's a blank space of 4,500 years. That's page 1. That was all a single page. So, yeah. Episode 1 is definitely, like, the more I read of that, like, boy, that is so Xenosaga coded. My God. It's going to be really interesting to head right into Xenosaga after this. Hey, Kobama. Alright. I forget if I saved, so I'm just going to do it again, and we're going to move on. It's almost like they almost had a plan from the beginning. Weird, huh? It is Xenosaga. Yeah. Alright. In we go. Remember when we had to go through all kinds of cutscenes in order to fight, oh, what's his face? Ramses. It's funny, we had Emerald to grow up, but we never got her to fight on foot. Alright, let's jump inside. Oh boy. Wow, PS5 sold over 84.2 million units now. Dang. This is Deus? What are those 4 orbs spinning around it? It seems as if the power of those 4 things is supporting the center. So that means that big thing in the middle is the core of Deus? Probably. Who cares about those orbs? Let's just crush the core. Striking directly at the center rather than using fuel unnecessarily, that is one strategy, but I believe another plan of attack would be to defeat its surroundings first. If we decide to attack the supporting orbs first, then it might be wise to leave the battles up to us. We should be able to do something about them without using up Faye's power. That'll allow him to use the full power of Xenogears to defeat Deus, and yes, of course, to save Elly. Whether we do a direct strike to the core or take down the supports first, I guess that is best left up to Faye to decide. Thanks, everyone. To attack Deus directly or take out its supports first, I wonder which is best. Alright. We are going to take out its supports. I didn't even think about using the others, but I've not upgraded them, so I don't know if they're strong enough to take out those supports without our main team. I would go with probably Billy, Bart, and Maria, but I don't have them fully equipped. Well, we'll give it a shot, and then we'll do some money management. Kind of forgot about the fact that I can actually choose to not play as Faye against all of them. Let's see what they... we kind of set up as much as possible for the others, and we spent all our money upgrading the others, so they're like a main team. So that's why I was like, I don't really want to. All right. I got another angel. Okay, we did get the Godfather at least. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Z Charger and then this. Oh, no worries, Karagosa. That sounds good. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Oh my god, their fuel isn't even that high. Oh no. That's funny. What the? When the heck did we get the Jesse Blaster? Let's try it. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Why does it look like you're firing at Maria? Not bad. Let's see if Wild Smile actually does anything. And then just Maria Stomp. Well, our loot has 45,000 HP. Oh boy. Oh, Bart. Oh, Bart. I'm so sorry, Bart. Oh, I did not mean to use boost. Oh my god, that was dumb. Poor Bart really just fell behind at a certain point. Please stop stealing my fuel. Wait, she doesn't have... That's unfortunate. Wait, do neither of them have attack level 3 stuff? Oh no. Wait, are we not able to combo this thing? Uh-oh. You can't death blow because it's a flat enemy. Oh no, that sucks even more. Oh wow, we really do just have Jesse. I say we've done about half of its damage so far. Let's see what Heaven Sent does, just out of curiosity. Oof. Well, let's do it. I think I made this a lot harder on myself than I needed to. But it's not draining our gas from Faye and the others, so that's something. How much does Samson's hair help? I don't even know if that helps in like a gear battle. Oh, Bart, you suck. Lose the booster. And then is this to start charging. Well, Billy's completely out of gas. Nope. Okay, yeah. X is just the best thing to do. Got it. This is sad. Oof. Oh no! It doesn't have 45k, it has 54k. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ooh, what's the guide say about that one? Yikes. Okay. Be nice if we got our attack level to go up or something. Oof, that is a battle. He keeps defending, which is so I can't get as much. Oh, what's this? 10,000 damage to Billy? Are you kidding? Oh no, unless I cut everybody's in half. Yeah, he's just blocking all my attacks somehow. That's some BS. Yeah, see, if he doesn't block, I can hit just fine, but he somehow is blocking constantly. That sucks. Oh my god, finally. Oh no. Oh, Bart. Why must you disappoint me? With the way it drains fuel, I just have to go for it. I get a little bit of fuel on Billy, just do it. Oh, Amy actually has an accent on her first E as well, Cat Evie. Whew, okay. We did beat it. Wow. Got jack all for experience. That's fun. Okay, can I get healed? Oh, goodness. I love how in here is use your best characters here. Probably Faye, Bart, and Sheehan. For against Deus. Okay, so now becomes the question of I think I just have to go for Deus at this point. At least he can't drain fuel, so there's that. I don't know what I'm in for as far as that's concerned. Let's see. What does everybody have? I want to get some of this stuff off of the others that I popped on so I can equip one here. So let me get these three back in so I can strip them for parts, essentially. Switch firmware 21.0 just dropped, makes boot up times from the home menu into game noticeably faster. Also adds cute little icons denoting whether your game copy is physical or digital. Oh, that's neat. Doesn't matter what you guys have on at this point. Let's get all those off. Okay. Got that charging sound. Let's see here. Let's get you. Thought there's another angel armor. Did I miss it somewhere? Don't like how much my ether armor goes down, but I do like protecting against the thing. I'm tempted to do the Z-Charger, but I think we're going to do that. Yep, later, Dan Alpha. Okay, before we jump into the next fight, should we finish this up, or should we read another excerpt? Should we make an attempt, or should we read an excerpt? Unfortunately, there are 3 enemies we did not defeat. Alright, next page. The era when humanity's science reaches its zenith. From 10,000s of years ago to 15,000s, it was a period of scientific technology. Neo Jerusalem, the first world capable of supporting life that was acquired by humanity. Establishing a base on this planet, once again they pushed outwards. Even though they grew in knowledge, it was only scientific. Their spiritual expansion did not occur. And so there was a sudden outbreak of a large-scale war, and the living creature Deus. So even though freed from gravity's pull and expanding their frontier out into space, the same thing began to happen all over again. Timeline for the 7th millennium. 4743. Due to the efforts of other archaeologists, at last an artifact from the former Lost Jerusalem's time, MAM, and Pilgrim Fleet as they are called, are found, it is thought, in the storeroom of a museum ship that is part of a wandering religious sect's fleet. 4744. After approximately 5,000 years, analysis of MAM begins once more. 4750. As a result of MAM analysis, the theory of phenomenon phase shift is born. 4751. All the research groups attempt to master this, using MAM as its core so as to turn suppositional theory into proven fact. Project Zohar commences. 4752. Strife in the region intensifies. 4765. Due to an accident, which the cause of which is unknown, Project Zohar causes the destruction of a planet. MAM is found floating in the nearby region and recovered. 4766. With the controlling system Catamony and the completion of Zohar seems almost finished. Now at the center is Catamony that has its central core at the protocol center Persona, and like the inner workings of MAM, its processes are unknown. That same year, Interstellar War appears to be reaching its climax, and in the midst of all this, System Deus is completed. 4767. During a series of experiments on both systems in NGC 6744, apparently Note 1, 3 months after Zohar is made, Deus's main power source, construction of a space station in stationary orbit is begun at Mictam 04 Beta, colony planet, which is undergoing colonization and terraforming. That year, during a series of experiments, an accident in which both systems run out of control for unknown reasons occurs. The rampaging Deus begins to invade the nearby colony at Mictam. Unnumbered casualties result. The military, fearing Deus's overwhelming fighting power, at last subdue it at the cost of many lost lives and place it in suspended animation. Afterwards, Deus is dismantled into its various cores and sealed. For the sake of the official investigation into the accident that caused it to go out of control and for further planning, the super space cruiser, the Eldridge, is requisitioned. Deus is loaded on board for transferal to another planet. Now the Eldridge takes on the workers and survivors from the nearby planet, about 1.2 million people, as refugee passengers. Holy crap. Alright, so let's learn about the Eldridge, Philadelphia-class super space cruiser, the second ship Eldridge. Various ships and vessels appear throughout the story. These were brought along with the Eldridge at the time of its fall to the planet. Here is introduced for the first time the vessels loaded on board and the division of the ship into blocks. The front block, Babel. For a ship on the scale of Eldridge, every major block is made to be fully functional on its own. The one four-block Babel becomes Babel Tower in the story. Also, in the case of the 4-block, it contains a large-scale plant for HLV use. When Shavat was built, this became its central block section. The middle block, Mahanan. The block containing the computer Raziel that governs the entire Eldridge. Like the 4-block Babel, it achieves a soft landing due to its independent navigational ability. In the case of Raziel, the first fusion of an alien civilization's weapon and biological information, it records material regarding Deus. It is for this reason afraid that this information could leak to human beings that the Gazelle Ministry use gate technology to prevent anyone from going to Mahanan. The strongly restrained Deus in suspended animation with each core divided from the other is loaded onto the Eldridge. During the opening movie, when the operator calls out Alpha 1, it refers to the biological computer Catamony's mainframe, primary protocol Persona. Omega 1 indicates Deus's actual body. Then there's Prayer Star Fleet Cruiser Excalibur No. 1. After the Eldridge's crash, it was excavated by Shavat and restored. During the Great War 500 years ago, it was destroyed by Merkava's special attack with Sophia on board, the second most powerful of the battleships. Then there's Prayer Star Reconnaissance Vessel Excalibur No. 2. Excavated at the same time by Shavat, it was also restored and during the story became the sword for Yggdrasil. Incidentally, other battleship class ships besides Excalibur are on board. And then there's the attack land cruiser Yggdrasil 4. The powerful landing cruiser, the Yggdrasil, is able to respond to moving targets in space, like battle cruisers and colonies, and it has the ability to transform. It is not overstating to say that the large-scale ships with long-range navigational abilities are on the scale of a small nation equipped with the military power. Of course, during transport of Deus, the military power was upped considerably. So, learning more about the Eldridge. Oh boy. So, let's go fight Deus. Let's see how this goes. Alright. No need to boost. I have crazy special operations. Okay, comparable. Not bad, not bad. Heals itself. Great. Okay, all that just for defense down. That's... Oh, I forgot to boost those two. Oh, that was dumb. Oof! I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to win this fight. I don't like the fact that I wasn't able to take out its other stuff. Earthly Anointment sucks. I don't like how it's defending against us a bunch. I don't know whether that's good or bad. See how this does. They just dive bomb us, or the hell are they? Oh no. I'm not liking how many attacks this thing is getting. I just looked, there's no system mid Luxcar. Okay. Let's heal. I'm not healing until they get below 10,000. So Faye technically is not below 10,000. Oh, thank God. That's more like it. Well done, Sheeton. Makes me wonder if I should start attacking normally with Emeralda. We're gonna give it a shot. Definitely gonna need to heal Faye. Stop with the attacks. Oof. Oh, damn. Okay. Going better than I thought. Things be exploding. Get the volume down, because good God. My God, Deus is still exploding. She really was the MVP. Yeah, he really was. What happened? My gear won't budge anymore. The Zohar modifier has ceased functioning. That is probably the reason why our gears cannot move anymore. There is only a slight energy response coming from the core now. What about Elly? What's happening to her inside of that thing? The Deus system's bind on her should have worn off by now. So why aren't we getting any kind of response? You don't think we hurt her in that battle too? Faye, calm down. The sensors are picking up a response from a life form within Deus. It is probably Elly, so do not worry. I believe she is okay. Elly? Can you hear me? Elly! Deus is no longer active. It's all over now. So come out of there. Show me your face. Elly! Elly! What the... What's happening? Doc, what's going on? What's wrong? I am now detecting a tremendous amount of energy coming from within Deus. It seems as if something that was sealed up till now has suddenly been freed and is growing enormously. It couldn't be. The wave existence? The wave existence? That's gotta be it. The wave existence was just freed from its cage of freshly existence in Zohar. It's probably attempting to return to the higher dimension that it originally came from. Which means this is the after effect of the dimensional shift? What do you mean after effect? It is like a shockwave that is induced by the dimensional displacement. But so much energy? If this much energy is unleashed here now... If so much energy is unleashed, then what will happen, Doc? Tell us. Then this planet will be annihilated. These numbers indicate that it has more than enough energy to take out a whole planet. What you mean? You can't be serious. We all fought so hard only to see this happen? Isn't there anything we can do? Can't we stop the after effect? Unfortunately, there is nothing we can do. Almost all machinery, including our gears, are out of commission due to the Zohar having been shut down. This time, there is nothing we can do. To put it to you straight, this is the end for us. This is freaking stupid. How the hell could it all end like this? What were we all fighting for up till now? The vibrations are intensifying. Hold on a sec. No, these vibrations are different. It has to be something else causing it. Look. Deus is rising? What is it this time? Deus is releasing its remaining energy and is beginning to accelerate. If it continues to accelerate at this rate, it will soon leave the atmosphere. You don't think... Think what? That it's Elly? Elly is moving Deus? Are you sure? I'm sure of it. Elly is trying to save us by moving Deus away from our planet. She's going to sacrifice herself. Again! That can't be. Oh, Elly. Can't we do anything? We can't just sit here and watch this happen, can we? Wait, there is still something I can do. What is it, Faye? My gear still works. Without Zohar, the power source for your gears, the only gear that now remains active is mine. Just like Deus, my gear and I made contact with Zohar. We are the only ones who can move now. I'm going to go save Elly. That is absurd. Even if you were able to catch up to Deus, you will not have enough energy to make it back. Even so, I still must go. Elly's taking the whole burden upon herself. If anything happens to her, I want to be there with her. Hey, just wait a minute. You know I'm not going to stand by and let you commit double suicide if that's what you're planning. Bart, you better come back alive, you hear? Promise me that you'll come back, then I'll let you go. Thanks, Bart. I promise. I promise you that I will return with Elly. You better. Yeah, of course. All right, then get going. But let's let him go, Sheeton. At this point, Faye's the only one that will be able to bring Elly back. There's nothing we can say or do about it. You all right? Faye, keep your promise. No matter what. Faye and Elly, both of you, come back home. We'll be waiting for you. I appreciate this, Bart, and the rest of you. Well, I better get going now. But don't worry, I will be back soon. I guess this will be the last journey you and I make together. I'm counting on you, partner. Here we go. I think this would be the 4th time Elly has sacrificed herself for Faye. Elly. Is a sick looking gear. Man, Dr. Derp says to bring home Elly. More butts. Where am I? That's Elly. This must mean that I am inside of Deus? Not exactly. Your actual body is but a physical object. It has merely been absorbed into Deus's outer shell. Only your consciousness is here. Of course, the girl you perceive in front of you is also not a true being. Your consciousness is merely creating her image. The wave existence? No, that's not you. Who are you? It can't be. Is that you, Krellian? That's right, isn't it? Krellian, it was you who did this to Elly. The path of Sephiroth has been connected. No one can stop God from returning to his world now. So what have you come here for? Lacan? I came here to take the person I love back with me. Set Elly free. The Deus' system has been destroyed. It's all over now. So instead I ask you, what are you hoping to achieve now? The time when all things started, the place where all things were one. I am going to return there. What place? Before the beginning of the universe, in the undulating waves of the higher dimension, all things were one. Gotta raise up the audio a bit. It was the waves spilling out from there that created this 4-dimensional universe of ours. Humankind and the souls of humankind that were born from there are merely leftovers of those spilled waves. So, you're going back there? Is that what you desired? Lacan, Why such reluctance to become one with the god? What attachment could you possibly have to this wretched old world? What meaning can be found in living out such a short existence, hurting others, hurting yourself, grinding one another down, only to inevitably die and return to dust? Why, everything we could ever desire is here. No need to be troubled by the need for love, for this place is filled with the love of God. I've not lost hope in humans as much as you have, Krellian. Someday humankind will come to understand one another. I sincerely believe that. How can you be so sure? Humans will never come to understand each other. You said that she is the person you love, but can you say that you even truly understand each other? All humans do is place themselves at a comfortable distance from each other and call that mutual understanding, spiritual unity, or true love, but it is all lies. Man cannot associate with others without first deceiving themselves. That is the way they were created. But one being's ego can't determine everyone's fate. People have the right to choose their own destiny. That is why humans have free will. And what if that will itself was predetermined? What then? Oh, what folly. Humans are just primitive life forms that have no such things as free will. Mankind has merely been allowed to live in an imperfect state, as is, as will be. It is for this very reason, because humans will have this wretched will or whatnot, that humans must experience sadness and loss. For someone to gain something means another must lose it. It is impossible to make humankind share limited things and affections. So I came to the conclusion that everything must be reverted back to where it all began, to go back to when all was one, waves and nothing else. It is not my human's ego, it is the will of the waves, the will of God. Well, that's all right too. We don't have to be perfect. Actually, being imperfect makes mankind live by helping each other. That's what being human is. That's mutual understanding. That's unity and love. I'm glad, no, I'm proud to be human. Elly placed the future, tomorrow, in our hands, based on our choice, and she is working to keep Deus far from our planet. She is also trying to heal your heart, you who wants to journey all alone to be with God. Can't you understand Elly's feelings? Do you have to become one with God before you're able to comprehend all of this? I understand. I know her feelings as if they were my own. Yes, she and I are one. We don't need God's help. Well then, prove it to me. Show me this power of humans. Show me this love that you say can make you independent of God. Well, that looks familiar. And there we go. We have reached the final boss. Ouroboros. Thank God we got healed. Oof, do not like that defense. Should I try to go to infinity or just... There it is. That's more like it. Oh look, it's Orphean. So emblematic of this series, the fighting an endless cycle. Yep. Good night, Cat Evie. I love how Ouroboros takes the form of Niang. Every problem with humans can be solved by punching God in the face. Definitely has a lot of HP though. Oh, I don't like this. Ow. Body slam my ass. What the hell? So we're fighting using Siren basically? Yeah, kinda. You can definitely see where Siren got its design. I think that did it. And there we go. We beat Xenogears. And now we get to enjoy the ending. Elly. Faye. It was Krellian. Krellian released me. Krellian? Yes, I came to understand after becoming one with Krellian. His heart was so full of sadness, that is why he desired for he and I to become one with God. Because that would be the return to the beginning of everything. He told me, you should be with him. That is what he said. You see, he already knew. Yes, he already knew how I felt, how you felt, but there was nothing we or he could do. He had no choice but to go forward, even if it meant he lost all feelings, lost everything that was human. For all humankind's sake, there was no going back. Even looking back held too many memories, and he would have just wanted to go back, even though he couldn't. So please forgive him. Krellian loved people more than anyone else. I somehow knew it all along. I just knew he was really that kind of person. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I was wrong. I thought sacrificing myself in order to save others was the right thing to do. Oh yeah, you can absolutely see where all the stuff from Xenoblade came from. I understand a bit more when people say a remaster of this game is unlikely because its IP owners aren't going to do it, and Microsoft took a lot what they loved from their prior work and moved on to a new one. Yeah, and if you want to have like the full version of Xenogears, that's a lot of extra work. But my actions only brought sadness to all the people who I left behind, and that sadness gave birth to even more sadness. As long as I still live within you, my life is not just mine alone. Elly, that isn't wrong. To sacrifice yourself for others is a noble thing. Even if it were to benefit yourself, it's no problem. There will always be a person healed, one or the other. Love gains its original shine only when there's an interrelationship between the giver and the receiver. It is incomplete when one or the other is missing. The two are one. It was you, Elly, who taught me that. I believe that is what it means to be human. I can now understand the true importance of it. I don't know if it's the right answer or not, but we have a lot of time to think about it. What Krellian himself was looking for all along, we will find the answer to it all ourselves. Thank you, Faye. I'm going to turn up the volume because we got an anime cutscene here. So I believe they will be talking.
Let's return to our planet.
light. It's the point of contact with our world. But the dimensional shift has already begun. Will we make it in time?
Can you run?
If we're together, I can.
Tasteful, solar flare? This feels 90s anime as hell. More butt.
Krellian, you.
He wanted to see Krellian's butt.
There's no time. This place is about to be destroyed.
And don't worry, everybody's a Ken doll.
Now there is no more God. This is no longer their planet. This is your home planet that you are now standing on.
Krellian, you aren't going, are you?
No. Since that time, I have stopped being human. I've committed so many sins that any attempt at living like a human is impossible. The only one who could have forgiven me was God.
That's not true. I know they would understand. There's still plenty of time to atone for your sins. You, of all people, could do it.
Always the peacemaker, eh, Lacan? Perhaps that's what it means to be human. But regardless, I cannot go. It's something I've already decided. I go to walk with God, even if there's no place left for me upon my return. I must go now.
Krellian.
I don't know how the lip syncing can be so bad.
Actually, I envy you too.
I get such Alvis vibes from Krellian. You make a good point, Luxon. It would make sense. I'm just going to keep the sound cranked because there are no subtitles. Ah, Krellian's kind of like Jin XE2. That's true.
Faye! What happened?
Waves from the explosion disrupted the ionosphere, making it impossible to get a visual. They were probably caught up in the explosion.
That's a lie! He'll come back. He promised us he would. I know it.
What a voice for Bart. is totally his Japanese.
Run through the cold of the night
There we go.
as passion burns in your heart.
I have no idea if we'll get claimed for that song, so I'm going to just lower it a bit. It's very pretty, though. I would recommend looking it up. So yeah, that is Xenogears. Oh, the world's still massively messed up. They have to rebuild so much of this thing. But yeah. So, for everybody who's experienced this for the first time, what'd you think? Probably not the best time to pop in the stream. I could have called into work today and missed most of it. Good evening. Hey, Simidon. It's definitely a Xeno game. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, most of humanity ended up dying because of all the attacks from Deus and the transformations and all that. It's a... If there's one thing that's fascinating to see coming back to this game, it's just the ambition behind this one. To go from where they started up and then beyond that, it makes you want to see what could have been in terms of if they had actually fully finished it, to see the gradual breakdown of the world and just barely hanging on the entire time to get through it. It's I forgot how. Yeah, well, I knew it was dark, but it was like, man, I forgot how much humanity just suffered in this world. But no, definitely some great characters. Maria and you know, a lot of the characters get one arc and then they're kind of done. That definitely happened to Billy, to Maria, to Rico. Emerald is lucky to even get that much. This game had so many ideas that Monolith is still running with them to this day. Oh yeah. Look at that. Production IG worked on that animation. No wonder it looks so good. Yeah, the fact... I don't... It's expanding... It's actually really interesting coming back to this, reading more about from the Perfect Works, and realizing how much of what... how much of the Xenosaga series ended up becoming just... basically Xenogears Episode 1. Oh, it's a massive script to localize to Lux and Xeno. Holy crap. There's so much there. But I think he really believed in the project. I'm glad they did what they could in order to put it all together and have something like that. Yeah. Oh, gameplay front, it holds up incredibly well. It's a lot of fun to do the battles. It's a lot of fun to work on the gears and everything else. Like battle system wise, I had no issue. Map wise, there's a few issues. Tetsuya Nomura and Tetsuya Takahashi taking 2+ decades to perfect their vision. Oh, you know it. Honestly, yeah, it's just a wonderful little game, and there's still so much of the Perfect Works to look at. It's, it goes into like we barely scratched the surface of what I read there, just to keep things going. I could do an entire stream of just reading out loud all the stuff from the Perfect Works. The first, let's see here. Yeah. Holy crap. I'm going through. There we are. 53 pages on the history of the Xenogears world. Good God. And then, yes, I saw that as a kid. I'm like, episode 5? What the? What's that mean? And that's when I was like, I just, like, the heck? Oh. See, that made me extremely excited when I finally heard that episodes, the Xenosaga was going to try to redo it and try again. So, yeah. That is the end. Xenogears is 5 parts. Shenmue will see 10 games. 2000s are going to be crazy. Yep. So, yeah, I will link I have a link to the translation of the Perfect Works. It's easy to find, but I'll just have it there. That way you guys can easily find it yourselves and get a look at everything in here, because it really is fascinating to go through this, get a breakdown of everything that happened, all the culture and how everything works and all that. It's really fun reading. It's mostly all laid out in the game itself, but it gives it a little bit more texture to yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, Saga got the 3 parts, but it's still, those 3 parts, I believe, still only cover what would have been episode 1 of Xenogears. That's the crazy thing. And yeah, then Xenoblade, I guess, is technically like beyond Xenogears. But they have their sort of, honestly, Xenoblade is almost like an alternate, like what if on a lot of these. Just because of the origin point of how those worlds come to be. So, like I said, I am extremely curious where Monolith Soft goes next. I think Xenosaga was initially going to be 6 episodes, and then they had to shorten it to 3 because it wasn't selling as well as they had hoped. Yeah, I've still not beaten Xenoblade Chronicles X Epilogue. So I'm completely in the blind as to what that's all about. So that'll be interesting to finally discover that. I don't know if we'll get it in 2026, but I think it'll be announced in 2026, Goldmember. I just have this distinct feeling. It feels about time, you know? So, yeah. This was a lot of fun to revisit. Thank you so much for making the subathon so incredibly successful. Thank you for joining for this. I hope you all enjoyed Xenogears. It was a really great time. Loved returning to it. Nice to have it all fresh in my mind as we are far from done with Xeno. Thanks to that subathon. We are going to be jumping into Xenosaga relatively soon. We're going to be jumping back and forth wherever there's openings based on where things are going. So next Monday, we will be starting Deltarune Chapter 3 and go through Chapter 3 and 4. So we get to see our new Deltarune stuff. And I believe once we finish Earthbound, I'll probably just jump right into Xenosaga, and then just have it like alternate with, you know, stuff that was on our ongoing list of this is to play next, this is to play next, that sort of thing, and just swapping it out in the positions so we can keep things going. So that's sort of the plan right now, just to keep things moving. I'll probably alternating between Mondays and Sundays. So I think that's how we're going to do this, because there's 5 games to get through when it comes to Xenosaga. So we shall see. I'm gonna be very curious how that all goes. But yeah, we'll just, sorry for those waiting for their games, but I feel like we just gotta get these in here, and I feel like it's best to play them as soon as possible to keep the stories as fresh as possible in our minds, for all of these. So yeah, we will see what happens. Otherwise, though, we will be back on Wednesday for the finale of Mega Man Extreme 2, Thursday for our single session stream of Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster, Saturday for some more Clair Obscur, and Sunday for more Earthbound. And next Monday will be the beginning of Deltarune Chapter 3. So good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, it could take over Thursdays as well if we catch up to the one-off games, Fall 56. That is completely possible. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see what we can raid real quick. There we go. We can raid Grant, who's playing some Smash Melee. That'll work, unless there's any other suggestions. I'll be getting the Switch 2 version of Deltarune Fall 56. I have to just buy the game, so I'm just gonna buy it and go from there. Master Wuggles Luxcar. So yeah, I'll just be picking up that buying the next one and go from there and see what I got, and hopefully the save data transfers over and be all good. Hopefully. Oh god. I'd be in trouble if I have to restart the 2 chapters, but save data should carry over. I'm not too worried about it. We can go with naked ending. That sounds good. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. And thank you so much for joining me for some Xenogears. We will be back soon enough with Xenosaga Episode 1 as soon as we finish Earthbound. So not too far off from getting there. We'll probably be playing Xenosaga before the end of the year. So yeah, good stuff all around. And hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. And until next time, bye.